through this video we are going to learn about acid and base. Long before the development of modern chemistry, several attempts has been made by different scientists to characterize acid and base. The earliest definitions were based mainly on observable properties such as taste and their effect on other substances. These definitions were known as operational definition. So let us see. In general, acids, they are sour in taste, turn blue litmus red, react with active metals such as iron and zinc, neutralize base, and having pH less than 7. While bases, bitter in taste, turn red litmus blue, feel soapy or slippery, react with fat to make soap, react with acids, and having pH greater than 7. However, with the development of science, more and more experimental information about acid and base were obtained and their definition were modified from time to time. So this one is the pH scale 0 to 14. At neutral pH, the concentration of H plus ion, that is equal to OH minus ion, the case of the distilled water. In case of acidic pH, the concentration of the OH plus ion, that is greater than OH minus ion, and it is below 7. In case of basic and alkaline, the concentration of OH plus ion, that is less than OH minus ion. So normal rainwater having pH 5.3 to 5.7, and the natural water having pH between 6.5 to 8.5, while the acid rains having pH between 4.2 to 4.4. In this present video, we will review some important concepts of acid and base, such as Arrhenius concept, Bronsted-Lowry concept, Lewis acid-base concept, Lux-Flood concept, Usanovich concept, and solvent system concept. So let us start with the first one, Arrhenius concept. It is given by Arrhenius in 1887. This concept deals in aqueous solution. According to this concept, acid are those substances which dissociate in water to give hydrogen or H plus ion. For example, hydrogen chloride, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, and acetic acid. So let us see the case of the hydrogen chloride. In case of aqueous medium, it can dissociate into H plus ion and Cl minus ion. So it will act as acids. While bases, and base is a substance which dissociate in water to give hydroxyl ion or OH minus ion. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. Let us see the case of the sodium hydroxide in aqueous medium. It can dissociate into sodium plus ion and OH minus ion. So it is basic in nature. On dissociation, it will give hydroxyl ions. So in this case, neutralization is defined as process of combination of OH plus sign and OH minus signs. So let us see the example of Arrhenius concept. Sulfuric acid, it is acid according to Arrhenius concept. It can dissociate and give the signs H plus sign and HSO for minus ions. In case of sulfuric acid, the dissociation will take place in more than one step. So it is called polyprotic acids. It can further dissociate to give H plus sign and sulfate ions. So overall reaction that is shown by this step, it can donate 2 protons. So it is diprotic acids. Ammonium hydroxide, it can dissociate in water and it will give ammonium ion and hydroxy ion. So it is basic in nature. Calcium hydroxide, it can dissociate in water, give calcium 2 plus ion and 2 hydroxy ion. So it is base according to Arrhenius concept. So acid give H plus ion in water and base give OH minus in water. So let us see the limitation of Arrhenius concept. The first one, nature of hydrogen ion. The acid are substance capable of furnishing H plus ion in water. H plus ion does not exist freely and combine with water to form hydronium ion. So it is the hydronium ion which is responsible for the acidic nature and not the OH minus ion. So it is the first limitation. Then acid base without H plus and OH minus ion. According to this concept, only the species which can donate OH plus ion and OH minus ions are act as acid and base. What actually the ammonia, calcium oxide, sodium bicarbonate, they are basic in character, while carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, they are acidic in nature. So the region beyond acidic and basic character of these chemical substances, it is not explained by this concept. So it is the second limitation. Third one, limit scope. This concept is applicable only in the aqueous solution. While there are many acid and base reaction which can take place in non-aqueous medium. The non-aqueous medium are liquid ammonia, liquid sulfur dioxide and alcohol, etc. The last one, neutralization without H plus and OH minus ion. In case of HCl and ammonia, the neutralization will occur. What this reaction, it is failed to explain the neutralization reactions. Ammonia, hydrogen chloride, formation of ammonium chloride. So it is the neutralization reaction in this case. So this concept is failed to give the region beyond the neutralization reaction between ammonium chloride and HCl. Point to remember, according to this concept, a strong acid is completely ionized in aqueous medium. The examples are HCl, sulfuric acid and nitric acid. They can completely ionized in aqueous medium. Then strong base, they are completely ionized in aqueous medium like potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide. Weak acid, they are not completely ionized in aqueous medium. Example are acetic acid, hydrogen cyanide. Weak base, not completely ionized in aqueous medium. Examples are ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. The next concept is Bronsted-Lowry concept. It is given by Bronsted and Lowry in 1923, and it is further extension of Arrhenius concept of acid and base. According to this concept, an acid is a substance which has tendency to donate the protons, while a base is a substance which has tendency to accept the protons. Or in other words, an acid is a proton donor and a base is a proton acceptor. In case of neutralization reaction, therefore, a release of proton Y an acid involves and acceptance of the proton Y a base will involve. So let us further extend. An acid and a base may be molecular or ionic species according to this concept. So let us see molecular acids: hydrogen chloride, hydrogen fluoride, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, acetic acid and hydrogen peroxides. These are the molecular acids. Ionic acid, hydronium ion, ammonium ion, hydrogen sulfate, bicarbonate. These are the ionic acid. Molecular bases: water molecule, ammonia, primary amine, secondary amines. They are the molecular bases. Ionic base: hydroxyl ion, sulfur 2-, carbonate and chloride. These are the ionic bases. So let us see the examples. Reaction between ammonia and water molecules. So according to this concept, ammonia will act as a base. It is a proton acceptor. So it can accept one proton from water molecule. So water will act as acid here. Finally, the ammonium ion will get formed and hydroxy ion will get formed. Let us see one more example. Reaction between ammonium ion and hydroxy ion. In this case, ammonium ion that will act as a proton donor to hydroxy ion, and hydroxy ion it can accept one proton from ammonium ion. So it will act as acid and it will act as a base. So these are two neutralization reactions. Let us see more examples. Reaction between ammonia and HCl. Hydrogen chloride will act as hydrogen or H plus ion donor, while ammonia will act as H plus ion acceptor. Ammonium chloride will get formed. Now the second reaction, HCl will act as acid, it is H plus ion donor. Water, that will act as H plus ion acceptor. So finally, hydronium ion and Cl minus ion will get formed. Now the third case, sulfuric acid act as H plus ion donor. Water act as H plus ion acceptors. So neutralization reaction. Now the fourth case, In this case, ammonia will act as a base. It is a H plus ion acceptor, while water is a H plus ion donor, so it will act as acids. So this one is the formation of ammonium ion and OH minus ion. If we compare these three reactions, in first two cases water will act as a base, in the third case water will act as a acid. So water will having the amphoteric nature. It will act as acid and it will act as a base. It will depend upon the companion. If the companion is taken as acid, then it will act as a base. If the companion is taken as base, then it will act as the acid. The last case, acetic acid and ammonia. Acetic acid will act as proton donor. Ammonia will act as proton acceptors. So it is the final product, ammonium ion and acetate ions. Then conjugated acid base pair. Let us consider a reaction of acid and a base. Suppose this one is the acid and it is a proton donor, and this one is the base, it is a proton acceptor. So this hypothetical acid, it can donate one proton, and this conjugated base will get formed. Same time this base, it can accept one proton and this conjugated acid will get formed. So according to conjugated acid base pair, an acid after donating one proton, it will give species which is called conjugated base, while in case of base it can accept one proton and the species will get formed is called conjugated acids. So let us see the example of conjugated acid base pair. This one is the phosphoric acid. It will act as acids. Water will act as a base. So phosphoric acid, it will release one proton to base, and acid that will get converted into conjugated base, while base that will get converted into conjugated acids. We know that the phosphoric acid, which is the polyprotic acid, it will having more than one hydrogen. So in second case, this intermediate ion, it can further donate one proton to base and itself get converted into this ion, which is the conjugated base, and same time base that will get converted into H3OH plus ion, which is the conjugated acid of the water. Then further, this intermediate ion, it will act as acid. It can further donate one proton to base water, and itself get converted into phosphate ion, which is the conjugated base. Water, which can accept one proton and get converted into conjugated acids. So it is the example of the conjugated acid base pair. The next title in this concept, relative strength of conjugated acid and base. According to Bronsted-Lowry concept, the strength of an acid depends upon the tendency to donate a proton and the strength of base depend upon the tendency to accept a proton. And further, the Bronsted-Lowry concept introduced the idea of conjugated acid-base pair and proton transfer reactions. The stronger acids are those that lose their hydrogen ion more easily than other acids. Similarly, strong acid and for strong base are those that accept hydrogen ion more readily than other base. So let us consider this equilibrium reaction between HCl and water. Here HCl, it will act as a strong acid. It can dissociate to donate one proton to water and Cl minus ions. So hydrogen chloride, which will act as a strong acid, the conjugated base of HCl, that is the chloride ion. The chloride ion has very little tendency to accept the proton, so therefore it is a weak base. Same time, the water molecule that will act as the base, it can accept one proton from HCl and get converted into conjugated acid. So it is all about the relative strength of acid and base. Advantage of Bronsted-Lowry concept over Arrhenius concept. It can explain the basic character of sodium bicarbonate, carbonate and ammonia, which is not explained by the Arrhenius concept. It will also cover ionic species. It can also explain the acid-base reaction in case of non-aqueous medium. So these are the advantages of Bronsted-Lowry concept over Arrhenius concept. Then limitation of Arrhenius concept. The main limitation is that acetic oxides such as anhydrous carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide, which do not contain hydrogen at all, what can act as acid. And they can neutralize basic oxide like calcium oxide, barium oxide and magnesium oxide, even in the absence of solvent. Second one, it failed to explain the acidic nature of compound like boron trifluoride, aluminum trichloride and ferric trichloride. So these are the limitation of Arrhenius concept. Point to remember, strong acid has weak conjugated base, while weak acid has strong conjugated base. Similarly, strong base has weak conjugated acid and weak base has strong conjugated acids. The next one is the Lewis acid and base concept, and this concept, it is given by G.N. Lewis in 1923. The Lewis acid-base concept has broad definition of acid and base in terms of electron pair donation and acceptance. This is most widely used concept because of its simplicity and wide applicability. So let us see. According to this concept, acid is substance which can accept a pair of electrons, while base is a substance which can donate a pair of electron to form coordinate or datative bond. In other words, base is an electron pair donor and acid is an electron pair acceptor. So let us see the examples. Here ammonia act as a base. It can donate a pair of electron to brom trifluoride, which is electron deficient. So finally there is an adduct formation between ammonia and boron trifluoride. So it is a neutralization reaction between Lewis base and Lewis acids. So let us see. According to Lewis concept, flowing species can act as Lewis acids. So let us see the number one. Molecule having an atom with incomplete octet like bromine trifluoride, aluminum trichloride, iron trichloride, they will act as Lewis acids. The second one, simple cations like sodium plus, potassium plus, calcium 2 plus, barium 2 plus, they will act as Lewis acid. In this you have to remember larger cations such as sodium, potassium, calcium have little tendency to accept the electron, so they behave like weak acids, while small cation like H plus and silver plus ion have greater electron accepting tendency, so they are stronger acids. And the cation having higher charge are stronger acid, while cation having lower charge are weaker acids. Then point number third, molecules in which central metal ion have vacant d orbitals like silicon trifluoride, aluminium tetrafluoride, tin tetrachloride and antimony pentafluoride. In these molecules, central atom have vacant d orbital and they always try to extend their valency beyond the octet shells. So they are having mostly vacant d orbitals and behave like acids. So let us see. Silicon tetrafluoride, it will act as Lewis acids. So it can accept fluoride ion, and finally this adduct will get formed. So it is acid and this one is the base. Similarly, tin tetrachloride, that will act as acid, and 2 chloride ion, that will act as the base. Finally this product will get formed. The last one, molecule in which central atom bonded to atom of different electron activity through one or more multiple bonds behave as Lewis acid. So let us see the case of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide will act as Lewis acid. In carbon dioxide, carbon that is bonded to oxygen, which are electronegative. CO2 act as acid, OH minus that will act as a base. So this pi bond, it will shift toward this side. Oxygen acquired negative charge, carbon acquired positive charge. So hydroxyl ion that will attack on carbon. So it is reaction between acid and base. Finally, this intermediate species will get formed. So it is all about the berry species which will act as Lewis acids. Then similarly, the flowing species can act as Lewis base. The first one, neutral species having at least one lone pair of electron, ammonia having lone pair of electron, amines having lone pair of electron, alcohol having two lone pair of electron, aldehyde or ketone having two lone pair of electrons. So these are the neutral species and act as Lewis base. Then negatively charged species or anions, cyanide ion, chloride ion, hydroxyl ion and oxide ions, they will act as Lewis base. All these carry negative charge. Greater the charge density, greater is the base strength. Then last one, unsaturated hydrocarbons like alkene, alkyne, butadiene, benzenes are also treated as Lewis base because they can form pi complex with metal in low oxidation state. So let us see reaction between nickel 2 plus, which will act as Lewis acid, and carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide that will act as Lewis base. This final product will get formed. Similarly, iron, which will act as Lewis acid, carbon monoxide that will act as Lewis base, and this complex will get formed. So it is all about the various species will act as Lewis base. Then let us see the acid base reaction according to Lewis acid base theory. The first one, calcium oxide, it will act as Lewis base. Sulfur trioxide or sulfur dioxide, it will act as Lewis acid. So finally, this product will get formed. Another examples, oxide ion that will act as Lewis base, sulfur trioxide that will act as Lewis acid, and acid base adduct that will get formed. Fluoride ion that will act as Lewis base, boron trifluoride that will act as Lewis acid, acid base adduct that will get formed. copper 2 plus, that will act as Lewis acid. Ammonia, that will act as Lewis base. Finally, this adduct will get formed. These are some neutralization reaction according to Lewis theory. Ferric chloride act as acid, chloride ion that will act as base. This product will get formed. Tin tetrachloride will act as acid, it will act as base. This product will get formed. Aluminium trichloride will act as acid, it will act as base. The final product will get formed. This SO3 2 minus ion, which will act as acid and it will act as a Lewis base. Finally, this product will get formed. Boron trifluoride will act as acid, fluoride ion act as a base. This product will get formed. Then limitation of Lewis acid. Acid and base reaction is due to formation of coordination bond. There is no complete transfer of electron. Due to this, it is not possible to compare the relative strength of the acid and base according to this concept. Acid like HCl, sulfuric acid or protic acid, what do not donate electron to form the coordination bond. So this definition not covering these two AJ acids. The third one, although acid-base reaction are very fast, but in actual practice the formation of coordination bond is very slow. So these are the limitations of Lewis acid-base